Times Radio with Alexis Conran.
Gemma Rogers is a singer-songwriter from London who released her debut LP, No Place Like Home, last July, just 1 week after giving birth to her first child. Now she's back with a new tour and brand new material.
Holiday, need to get away, a little headspace, don't forget the toothpaste. I won't throw my life away, working for the dead and pain. I just want a great escape with you. Stuck on the motorway, crawling in the fast lane, pitter-patter summer rain. I'm with you, I can't complain. Play some games to pass the time. I spy with my little eye, something that begins with me and you.
That is the title track of the Great Escape EP by Gemma Rogers, which has been playlisted by BBC Radio Music 6 and stays true to her punk pop style of storytelling and her London roots. The Great Escape is the title of the track, and that's exactly what Gemma Rogers has done, because she's joining me on the show now from Bali. Good afternoon, Gemma.
Yeah.
Or is it very good evening, good early morning? How late is it in Bali?
It's almost midnight. It's the latest I've been up for a long time, actually. A long time. Yeah, I'm in Bali. No one likes to show off, though, so I'm sorry to all your listeners. We're here visiting my partner's parents. It's been lovely so far. Yeah, I'm still here.
Well, thank you for joining us. Now, look, your career had an explosive start. We have the last 6 months. What have the last 6 months been like for you? You've been a new mum, new artist. Everything's happening at the same time.
I'll be honest, it's been a bit of a blur. It's been incredible, though. I haven't really been able to kind of look back and reflect on how amazing it's been. It's always just a wonderful thing to kind of see your music and your world kind of come to life outside of your own imagination. And so it's been a brilliant thing. We've sort of finished our first tour. We took the album out on the road last year, and we finished it in November. We played a couple of sellout shows in London, and we it was just brilliant. Finally seeing the songs come to life, and seeing people physically going out and seeing people kind of respond to the songs, because you never know. You write them, you hope for the best, and then you take them out, and lo and behold, they have had brilliant responses. Six Music have been playing them. Like you said, sort of spotlight. We got spotlight artists did on Six Music. I sat in for Steve Lamacq on the New Music Fix. My Idea of Fun won a kind of round table award. So we've been busy, and it's hopefully lots more to come. We got a couple. First brand new show coming up in February. Once I'm back, once I've landed over at the where's that taking place? The Courtyard Theatre over in Hoxton, bringing along some of the support acts that have been kind of playing with us through the last Song for the City show. Gabby Garber and Veronica Bianchi and the Big Special Boys. So that's going to kickstart the year off to a bit of a bang. With a bang. Kick
it off with a bang. Well, look,
kick it off with a bang.
Tell me about how you found your way in music, because you're a part poet, part playwright. Were you always going to end up in music?
I don't know. Once upon a time, I'd have liked to have been a zoologist. I think music's come because I got asked to come and be a part of the emerging writers crew in the Bush Theatre, and I was brought along there because I was told that my songs or my pieces were like mini plays, and I've kind of sort of gone on from there and just sort of discovered more of a kind of literal narrative through the songs, and I think it's kind of organically become music as the sort of forefront of the creative massive world that I inhabit. But no, actually, it was theatre. Theatre's my background, and you know, I go and see a lot of theatre. I'm just not necessarily on the stage performing in plays. But the stuff that I initially wrote was kind of spoken word. I did a lot of the kind of spoken word literary scene at the beginning, and so I think at some point I'm having talks at the moment about turning some of the pieces into sort of spoken word, potentially a sort of some sort of piece of theatre, but we're not quite sure exactly what that's going to look like yet. So keep an eye on all the sort of social media bits and bobs for what comes next with that. But yeah, you know, it's been surprising how sort of magically it's all gone. So I think I'm going to stick with music for a bit anyway.
Well,
you know? I'm definitely going to stick to it.
Well, look, let's hear another one of your tracks. Let's have a listen to this.
But I wanna bare my soul to the Instagram nirvana. Another little nibble for the digital piranhas. What they gonna feed on if there's nothing on my feed? Swiping on a cracked screen until your fingers bleed. Stop. Just stop.
That's your other track called Stop. And there's a fun video to that too. Listeners can find that on YouTube. Tell us what that song's about.
It's about the addiction, my addiction to social media. I mean, social media, I don't know really what more to say about it. I mean, it's kind of, it's an ode to digital addiction with a little bit of a twist of, you know, humour in there, because, you know, for all the sort of all the sort of negativity around it, it's also been, you know, it's been a real help with a lot of things. Actually, the person who did the remix for Stop, I found her via social media. Well, she was played on Six Music, Helen Love, and then I got in touch with her. Exactly, and I reached out to her and I said, I think you're great, and she went, I kind of think you're great, and I went, here's my album. She went, do you fancy a remix? And I went, yes, I do. And it sort of happened. And it's and that's where you kind of tip your hat to the fact that social media has actually got its advantages, you know. So though it's you know, reminding us all that, you know, the real world is a much more beautiful place. It's sort of, you know, it's also that it can definitely be a massive help as well.
Well, Gemma, thank you so much for staying up in Bali to speak to us, and thank you for
having me.
Thank you for the wonderful music. Of course, people can find you on social media and come and see you when you come back in February and catch you live. Gemma Rogers, thank you for giving us all this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.